I always believed my life was a quiet tapestry of predictable moments, mornings defined by routine, work that flowed in unvarying rhythms, and evenings spent in the soft solitude of my small apartment. Yet that belief shattered one fateful afternoon when, during a lull between tasks at work, I noticed a series of unusual text notifications blinking persistently on my phone. At first, I dismissed them as misdirected messages or perhaps a group chat I hadn't paid attention to. But as I swiped through, I discovered a hidden text thread titled simply Weekend Escapes that I had never seen before. The conversation within was cryptic and alluring, detailing secret weekend getaways and decadent dinner dates at an elite restaurant called L'Étoile de Minute. My heart began to race as I scrolled through the messages. They were composed in a tone that was both poetic and precise, each text a carefully crafted invitation that promised luxury and mystery. The thread was initiated by an unknown sender who signed off only as A. One message read, "Escape the ordinary. This weekend, our secret rendezvous awaits at L'Étoile de Minute. Dress in your finest, decadence is a promise we shall keep." Another text, timestamped for Saturday evening, elaborated. "Check into Villa Aurora at 8 p.m. Our retreat is set. Follow the lights to a dinner where every bite is a memory in the making." I stared at the screen, breath catching in my throat. I had always played it safe, never daring to stray from my meticulously planned days. But these messages, filled with a sense of urgency and beauty, spoke directly to a hidden part of me that had yearned for something more. I felt a magnetic pull, as if an unseen force was urging me to break free of my self-imposed limitations and step into a life of passion and mystery. For several long minutes, I sat at my desk trying to piece together the puzzle. I searched my memory. Had I ever signed up for something like this? I checked old emails and digital receipts, but nothing hinted at any planned getaway. The texts were new, spontaneous, and yet so detailed that they couldn't be dismissed as random spam. They mentioned a luxurious villa known as Villa Aurora, an elite restaurant famed for its clandestine ambience, and, intriguingly, hinted at secret dinner dates with a forbidden admirer whose identity was shrouded in enigma. The idea both terrified and thrilled me. Deep within, I had always nursed a quiet fantasy, a longing to experience life in bursts of unapologetic indulgence, to taste the forbidden fruits of spontaneity and desire. And now, here it was, laid bare before me in a series of glimmering texts that promised an escape from my dull routine. My pulse quickened, and I knew that, for the first time in years, I was about to take a leap into the unknown. After a long, hesitant pause, I typed a single word in response, yes. Almost instantly, the thread buzzed with a flurry of new messages. One read, "Prepare for an unforgettable weekend. Details will follow. Your escape begins this Saturday." Another replied, "Keep your schedule clear and your heart open. We meet at Villa Aurora. We shall dine beneath the stars at L'Étoile de Minute." I could feel my mind whirling with a heady mix of excitement and apprehension. Every cell in my body buzzed with anticipation. The idea of leaving behind my routine for a weekend of luxurious anonymity was both daunting and intoxicating. I closed my eyes, took a deep breath, and allowed myself to imagine what lay ahead, a hidden world of secret rendezvous, where every moment was draped in opulence and mystery. That Saturday, I awoke early with a sense of purpose I had never felt before. The city outside was shrouded in a soft, wintry haze, and as I sipped my coffee, I kept glancing at my phone, the thread still glowing with promises of a life less ordinary. I spent the day preparing meticulously, checking my itinerary, and even browsing online to see if I could find any hints about Villa Aurora or L'Étoile de Minute. The more I searched, the more I realized that these places were whispered about in exclusive circles, luxurious retreats known only to those daring enough to live outside the bounds of the everyday. In the afternoon, I carefully packed a small bag, a change of clothes, a few essentials, and made sure my phone was fully charged. I even printed out a copy of the text thread, as if its words were sacred instructions to be preserved. When the hour finally struck 7:30 p.m., I left my apartment with a flutter of nerves and excitement. The usual familiar streets of my neighborhood now seemed to pulse with hidden energy, each lamppost and neon sign a silent promise of what was to come. I hailed a rideshare, and as the sleek car pulled up to my door, I felt as if I was stepping onto a stage where the next act of my life was about to begin. I provided the address for Villa Aurora, a place I'd never visited, but whose reputation for elegance and seclusion had long intrigued me. The car's interior was quiet except for the soft hum of the engine and the rhythmic tapping of raindrops against the window. With every passing block, I felt a sense of transformation. The familiar cityscape blurred into a montage of upscale neighborhoods, designer storefronts, and discreetly lit streets that promised a world beyond my carefully structured existence. When we finally arrived at Villa Aurora, I was struck by the building's allure, a majestic, modern villa tucked away behind manicured gardens and hidden from the public eye. A discreet sign at the entrance bore the name in elegant script, and as I stepped out of the car, I felt as though I were crossing a threshold into another realm. I was greeted by a courteous attendant who confirmed my arrival with a knowing smile, as if my participation in this secret escapade had been anticipated all along. "Welcome, Ms. Langley," he said softly. "Your reservation is confirmed. Please, enjoy your stay and await further instructions." I entered the lobby, and the interior was a vision of refined luxury, marble floors, soft ambient lighting, and tasteful decor that whispered of secrets held dear. After a brief check-in, I was escorted to my private suite. The room was a sumptuous blend of modern aesthetics and understated elegance. Large windows framed a view of the city's twinkling lights far below, and every detail, from the plush bedding to the carefully arranged fresh flowers on the bedside table, spoke of indulgence and comfort. I sank into the luxurious sofa and took a moment to absorb the sheer beauty of the space. My heart pounded as I realized that I had willingly stepped into a world that was as seductive as it was unknown. Later that evening, my phone buzzed once again, a new message in the thread. "Dinner at l'Étoile de Minute is confirmed. We meet there at midnight. Prepare to be enchanted." I smiled to myself as I read the message over and over. The notion of a decadent dinner date at an elite restaurant had long been a fantasy, and now, here it was, a promise of an unforgettable evening orchestrated by a mysterious admirer whose identity remained hidden behind clever words and discreet digital signatures. The night's air was cool as I left the villa, my heart racing with anticipation for the journey ahead. I hailed a rideshare to La Belle Nuit, and as the car glided through rain-kissed streets under the glow of streetlights, I couldn't help but replay the text thread in my mind. Each message was a stepping stone into a secret realm of luxury and allure, a realm where every detail was carefully planned to evoke wonder and desire. When the car pulled up in front of La Belle Nuit, a grand building with an understated elegance that hinted at exclusivity, I stepped out, my breath visible in the cool night. The entrance was adorned with soft, ambient lighting and a discreet sign that read l'Étoile de Minute in shimmering script. I hesitated only a moment, then pushed open the door, stepping into a dining room that seemed to exist solely for moments like this, a space where opulent decor, the gentle murmur of refined conversation, and the soft strains of live piano music created an atmosphere of pure, intoxicating magic. I was guided to a reserved table in a secluded corner, where the table was set in flawless perfection, a crisp white tablecloth, polished silverware, and a single, elegant red rose in a slender vase. As I took my seat, I felt as though every nerve in my body was alight with anticipation. The first course arrived, a delicate amuse-bouche of truffle-infused mushroom tartlet, artfully presented on a pristine porcelain dish. Each bite was an explosion of flavor and a silent reminder that this evening was not simply about dining. It was about stepping into a hidden narrative of indulgence, passion, and the celebration of a life that defied the mundane. The dinner unfolded like a carefully composed sonnet. Course after course arrived, a velvety lobster bisque that warmed me from within, followed by a main course of perfectly seared sea bass drizzled with a subtle citrus reduction. Every dish was a revelation, a testament to the culinary artistry of l'Étoile de Minute, and a mirror reflecting the transformation that was unfolding within me. Between courses, I stole glances around the room, silently wondering if others were in on the secret, if they too were here to reclaim a piece of the extraordinary. The atmosphere was intimate, the conversations hushed yet charged with a shared understanding that tonight was a celebration of the hidden, the forbidden, and the beautiful. As the final course, a sumptuous caramel-infused crème brûlée with a whisper of vanilla, was served, my heart swelled with a quiet, bittersweet longing. I could feel the weight of every secret message, every carefully curated detail, pressing upon my soul, urging me to embrace the transformation that had been set in motion. Just as I finished the last spoonful, my phone buzzed with another notification. "Your secret admirer awaits at the posh hotel bar. Proceed now." With a deep, steadying breath, I gathered my belongings and left the restaurant, stepping out into the cool, rain-soaked night with a newfound sense of purpose. I hailed another rideshare, the car's interior a quiet sanctuary of anticipation, as I made my way back to the Celestial Luxe Hotel. The journey felt like a slow procession through a transformed city, a city that now shimmered with hints of undiscovered possibility. Arriving at the hotel, I stepped into the grand lobby with its soft ambient lighting and understated luxury. I took the elevator to the upper floor bar, a posh, secluded lounge reserved for those who cherished intimate elegance. The bar was a realm of subdued glamour, where the low hum of jazz mingled with the quiet clinking of crystal and the soft murmur of discreet conversations. I found a seat at the far end of the bar and ordered a signature cocktail, its delicate blend of citrus and spice a final, lingering note of the night's sensory symphony. As I sipped my drink, I allowed my eyes to wander over the room. The posh hotel bar was a quiet enclave of refined mystery, a place where every shadow and every soft smile hinted at stories of forbidden passion and secret escapes. I felt the weight of the night's journey settle within me, the sumptuous meal and hidden text thread now a mosaic of memories etched into my heart. I knew that I had crossed a threshold from a life defined by predictability to one rich with possibility, and that, as the night's echoes continued to resonate within me, I would never be the same. I returned to my suite later, each step back into the sanctuary of celestial lux feeling like a gentle reaffirmation of the choices I had made. In the privacy of my room, I sank into the plush comfort of my armchair by a floor-to-ceiling window, gazing out at the sprawling city that now held secrets in every glimmer of light. I opened my journal and began to write fervently, determined to capture every detail of the evening, from the cryptic text thread that had set me on this journey, to the sumptuous flavors of l'Étoile de Minute, to the delicate, soulful connection I had forged with the elusive promise of a forbidden admirer. As I penned each word, I realized that the secret escapes were more than just a temporary diversion. They were a portal to a new way of living, a life where the extraordinary lurked behind every discreet notification and where every clandestine meeting was a chance to reclaim a piece of oneself long hidden beneath layers of routine and fear. I closed my journal that night with a quiet resolve, a promise to remain open to the mystery, to cherish each secret luxury, and to continue seeking the passion that had awakened my soul. And so, as the dawn broke over a city still shimmering with the echoes of the night, I knew that my journey was only beginning. The hidden text thread that had revealed secret weekend escapes and decadent dinner dates had opened a door to a world where every moment was imbued with the promise of transformation, where each secret invitation was a stepping stone toward a life lived boldly and beautifully. I would never again be confined by the predictable. I was now a seeker of hidden wonders, a collector of secret moments, and this was only the first chapter of a much larger, ever-unfolding adventure. I woke to a gentle symphony of early morning rain tapping softly against my window, a quiet, intimate melody that felt like an echo of a night steeped in secret indulgence. The hidden text thread that had first introduced me to these clandestine weekend escapes still pulsed in my mind, its mysterious messages now a part of my inner narrative. I lay in bed for a long while, letting the afterglow of yesterday's decadent dinner dates and sumptuous retreats wash over me. Every detail felt both surreal and vivid: the luxurious ambience of Villa Aurora, the sumptuous courses served at l'Étoile de Minute, the hushed laughter shared among strangers in opulent, hidden corners, and the thrill of stepping into a world that had always seemed just out of reach. That night, my life had unraveled into something far beyond the monotony I'd grown accustomed to. I remembered how, in the quiet sanctuary of my apartment, I'd received a series of messages on a hidden text thread, cryptic yet compelling invitations to a weekend escape. They had promised an elite, secret getaway where every moment would be drenched in luxury and mystery. Join us for a decadent dinner at l'Étoile de Minute, one message had read, while another had insisted, escape the ordinary at Villa Aurora, your retreat awaits. I had hesitated, heart pounding, before replying with a simple yes, feeling as though I were stepping off the edge of a familiar ledge into uncharted territory. Now, as the first soft light of dawn diffused through the gauzy curtains, I sat on the edge of my bed in my suite at Villa Aurora and let my mind wander back to that transformative evening. I recalled the thrill of arriving at the villa, a modern palace hidden behind manicured gardens and discreet entryways, where every detail spoke of refined secrecy. The check-in had been handled with a polite efficiency that left me feeling both seen and shielded by anonymity. I'd marveled at the expansive suite with its floor-to-ceiling windows revealing the city's glittering panorama, and then, as if on cue, I'd discovered an envelope tucked neatly beside the bed. Its handwritten note had promised that the real magic would unfold later that night at l'Étoile de Minute, a dinner so decadent and intimate that it would forever alter the course of my existence. With those memories swirling in my mind, I slowly rose and dressed for the day, careful not to disturb the fragile remnants of sleep that clung to me. I chose an outfit that balanced the elegance of the night with the quiet practicality of the day, a cream blouse paired with tailored navy trousers and simple, silver-toned accessories. As I applied a light layer of makeup, I caught my reflection in the mirror and was startled by the sight of someone I barely recognized, a woman whose eyes shone with the quiet defiance of one who had embraced risk, whose smile hinted at secret adventures, and whose soul was now wide open to the extraordinary. Before I left the suite, I sat for a few moments by the large window overlooking the city. The skyline was slowly coming to life, a mosaic of twinkling lights and awakening buildings that reminded me that even the most predictable scenes could harbor hidden magic. I sipped a cup of freshly brewed coffee, feeling its warmth spread through me as I contemplated the events that had reshaped my inner world. I opened my journal, the faithful keeper of my newfound truths, and began to write. Every word flowed from a place of raw vulnerability and deep gratitude. I recounted the moment I first received that hidden text thread, the rush of adrenaline when I accepted the invitation, the delicate artistry of each gourmet dish at l'Étoile de Minute, and the whispered confessions exchanged beneath dim candlelight. I wrote about how, with every secret escape, I was rediscovering parts of myself that I'd long thought dormant, parts that yearned for beauty, passion, and the unpredictable thrill of life. As the day unfolded, I decided to take a walk through the nearby art district, a place I had never truly noticed before. The narrow, cobblestone streets were lined with murals and installations that told tales of forgotten dreams and bold, rebellious passions. I paused before a large, vibrant painting that depicted a tumultuous sky, its swirling colors echoing the storm of emotions that had awakened within me. In that moment, I felt as though I was seeing the world with new eyes, a realization that every corner, every seemingly ordinary detail, held the potential for the extraordinary. The memory of the secret weekend escape was now not just a vivid recollection of one night, but a lens through which I began to see my entire existence. By late afternoon, a quiet anticipation began to build again within me. I checked my phone and, as if summoned by destiny, a new message appeared in the hidden text thread. This one was shorter, yet its promise was unmistakable. Your journey continues. Meet us at the Elysian Gallery at 8 p.m. Embrace what lies beneath. A shiver ran down my spine. The Elysian Gallery, a name that evoked images of art, passion, and clandestine gatherings, was a venue I had heard whispered about in elite circles. It was said to be a space where secret art exhibits intertwined with private conversations, where the boundaries between creativity and desire blurred into an intoxicating cocktail of inspiration. My heart fluttered with both excitement and a trace of nervousness. With a determined nod, I typed a brief response, "I'm coming." And just like that, another invitation was sealed, a promise that my journey into the hidden realms of luxury and passion was far from over. I spent the rest of the afternoon preparing once again. This time, I selected an outfit that was both daring and elegant, a flowing, emerald green dress that draped around me like a cascade of dreams, paired with delicate silver jewelry that caught the light with each subtle movement. As I styled my hair into soft waves and applied a touch of iridescent makeup, I felt a stirring of excitement. I was not the same timid soul I once was. I had begun to understand that every secret invitation was a chance to rediscover who I truly was, and that the thrill of the unknown was a fire I was now ready to tend. At exactly 7:30 p.m., I left Villa Aurora once more, the crisp night air invigorating me as I hailed a rideshare to the Elysian Gallery. The ride was a reflective interlude, an ascent through the city's shimmering streets, where familiar landmarks took on an ethereal glow in the fading light. I gazed out the window, each passing building a silent promise of a hidden world waiting just beyond the surface. My mind replayed the events of the previous nights, the sumptuous dinner dates, the secret rendezvous with a forbidden admirer, and the gentle, transformative conversations that had awakened my spirit. Every detail was a vivid reminder that life, when lived boldly, was an endless tapestry of possibility. When the car finally pulled up outside the Elysian Gallery, a sleek, modern building that stood inconspicuously amidst a cluster of historic structures, I felt a jolt of anticipation. The entrance was understated, with a simple yet elegant sign that read Elysian Gallery in minimalist, refined lettering. I stepped out into the cool night, my heart pounding with the thrill of what was to come, and pushed open the door. Inside, the gallery was a realm of subdued beauty and quiet wonder. The space was expansive yet intimate, filled with carefully curated art installations that spoke of hidden emotions and clandestine dreams. Soft, ambient lighting bathed the room in a warm, inviting glow, and gentle instrumental music played in the background, a symphony of sound that seemed to mirror the unspoken stories etched on every canvas and sculpture. Guests moved quietly through the space, their expressions reflective and their eyes alight with the shared understanding that they, too, were part of a secret world, a world where the boundaries of art and life blurred into one. I wandered slowly among the exhibits, my gaze lingering on a series of abstract paintings that pulsed with vibrant hues and intricate patterns. Each piece seemed to speak directly to the parts of me I had long kept hidden, whispering tales of passion, heartbreak, and the irresistible allure of living authentically. I felt a profound connection to the art, a realization that creativity and desire were intertwined, both waiting to be unleashed when one dared to embrace the unknown. After a while, I found myself drawn to a quiet lounge area at the far end of the gallery. There, a small group of guests had gathered for an intimate discussion, their voices soft and thoughtful as they shared insights about the art and its connection to life's hidden mysteries. I took a seat among them, and soon the conversation flowed like a gentle current, carrying me deeper into an exploration of my own dreams and fears. Among the group was a woman named Celeste, whose eyes held the wisdom of someone who had traveled many secret paths. "Each piece here," she said quietly, "is a reflection of the beauty that exists when we dare to look beyond the surface. We are all wanderers, seeking the extraordinary in a world that often seems content with the ordinary." Her words resonated within me, echoing the sentiment that had blossomed in my heart since that first cryptic alert. As the evening at the Elysian Gallery unfolded, the line between the art on the walls and the art of living began to blur. Every conversation, every shared smile, was a brushstroke in a living masterpiece, a narrative of transformation that was uniquely our own. I felt a deep, quiet gratitude for the hidden invitations that had pulled me out of my routine and into a life where passion and possibility reigned supreme. When the gallery's soft lights dimmed in preparation for closing, I reluctantly left the intimate circle of conversation, my mind alive with the rich tapestry of emotions from the evening. I stepped back out into the cool night, the vibrant city behind me pulsing with unspoken promises, and hailed a rideshare to return to Villa Aurora. The journey back was a reflective quiet, a time to replay every moment, every whispered secret, and every instance of beauty I had encountered. I felt as if I were being carried home on a tide of newfound courage, a spirit rekindled by the thrill of secret escapes and the realization that life's most exquisite moments are reserved for those who dare to dream. Back in my suite, I sank into the plush comfort of my favorite armchair by the window, gazing out at a city now transformed in my eyes, a city of hidden wonders and endless possibility. I opened my journal and began to write fervently, my pen capturing the details of the night, the subtle elegance of the gallery's exhibits, the soulful words of Celeste and others, and the realization that every secret invitation was a stepping stone toward a life replete with passion, art, and authentic connection. In that quiet solitude, I understood that my journey was not a series of isolated escapes, but a continuous evolution, a transformation that had begun with a stray text thread and now blossomed into a commitment to live boldly and vulnerably. I resolved that I would continue to seek out those hidden spaces, those secret rendezvous, and that every new message or invitation was an opportunity to peel back another layer of my once reserved self and reveal the vibrant, unfiltered soul that lay beneath. As I closed my journal that night, the memory of the Elysian Gallery and the tender wisdom of the voices I had encountered mingled with the promise of future adventures. I lay in bed, my heart both full and hungry for what was to come, knowing that each clandestine escape was a chapter in an unfolding story of passion and self-rediscovery. The secret text thread that had led me here was not an end but a beginning, a delicate, compelling invitation to continue exploring the hidden, decadent corners of the world and of my own heart. Now, with the gentle hum of the city as my lullaby and the soft glow of distant streetlights whispering promises of new secrets, I drift into sleep with a quiet certainty. The extraordinary will always be within reach if I dare to embrace every hidden invitation. Every moment of tonight, every whispered conversation, and every brush with the forbidden has transformed me. I am no longer bound by routine. I have awakened to a life rich with possibility, where every secret escape is a key to unlocking the most vibrant parts of who I am. And so, with hope in my heart and dreams unfolding like the petals of a rare bloom, I prepare to step into tomorrow, a tomorrow where the journey of passion and discovery continues, one hidden message at a time. I awoke in a haze of early morning light and silence, a silence that seemed to carry the echoes of a night so transformative I could hardly believe it had been real. My mind replayed every detail from the secret weekend escapes and decadent dinner dates that had unfolded over the past few days, a hidden text thread that had lured me out of my monotonous existence and into a realm of high-end luxury, forbidden passion, and unexpected vulnerability. Now, as I lay in the quiet solitude of my suite at Villa Aurora, I realized that my life had shifted irrevocably, that I was no longer the person I once was. For years, I had meticulously constructed a life built on routine. I'd grown accustomed to the familiar, the gentle hum of my alarm each morning, the steady pace of a 9-to-5 job, evenings that dissolved into a predictable pattern of solitude and quiet reflection. I had convinced myself that predictability was synonymous with safety. Yet, when that hidden text thread appeared on my phone, its messages succinct yet potent, detailing exclusive reservations, secret escapes, and decadent dinners at elite establishments, I felt a stirring deep within me, a whisper of possibility that shattered the confines of my safe existence. That first message had arrived on a crisp Thursday afternoon, when I'd been idly scrolling through my notifications at work. The subject line, "Escape confirmed, weekend retreat," had glowed on my screen like a beacon. It was followed by a series of texts, one confirming a luxurious booking at Villa Aurora, another promising an intimate dinner date at l'Étoile de Minute, a restaurant renowned for its exclusivity and whispered secrets. I was both terrified and exhilarated. How could someone know what I had secretly craved all these years? And who was the mysterious sender who signed off with an enigmatic "until we meet"? For a long moment, I had sat in stunned silence, my heart pounding with an urgency I'd never experienced before. But the irresistible allure of a life beyond predictability was too strong to ignore. I replied with a single word, "Yes," and in that instant, my entire world transformed. What began as a stray alert evolved into a series of secret weekend escapes that defied the boundaries of my old life. I still remember my journey on that fateful weekend, the sleek black rideshare that whisked me away from my familiar neighborhood to an upscale district bathed in the soft glow of streetlights, the gradual revelation of Villa Aurora, a modern palace hidden behind manicured gardens and discreet entryways, the sense of wonder as I checked in and discovered a private suite adorned with floor-to-ceiling windows offering an endless view of the glittering city, and then, the moment I opened a neatly folded envelope on my bedside table, its delicate script inviting me to an intimate dinner at l'Étoile de Minute. The dinner was nothing short of a revelation. Entering the restaurant felt like stepping into a secret sanctuary where every detail had been carefully curated to evoke desire and mystery. I was seated in a secluded corner where soft candlelight and the gentle strains of a live piano set a romantic tone. The first course, a truffle-infused mushroom tartlet, arrived with such finesse that it seemed to dissolve any remnants of the life I'd known. With every subsequent dish, a velvety lobster bisque, a perfectly seared sea base draped in a delicate citrus reduction, and a final dessert of caramel-infused creme brulee that crackled enticingly as I broke its surface, I felt each bite peeling away the layers of restraint I had accumulated over the years. Between courses, I stole glances around the room, half expecting to see someone watching me, half wondering if my secret admirer was among the discreetly attired guests. The atmosphere was one of shared intimacy, a hushed world where every smile, every whispered comment, hinted at secret desires and hidden lives. I felt as if every moment was a promise, that life's richest experiences are reserved for those who dare to break free from monotony. After dinner, the thread continued. A final message directed me to a posh hotel bar, a hidden lounge in the Celestial Luxe Hotel, where I was to meet the forbidden admirer in person. The ride back was a quiet meditation through rain-soaked streets, the urban landscape transforming under the glow of neon lights, each passing moment drawing me deeper into this secret tapestry of luxury and desire. At the bar, the ambience was intoxicating. Dim lights, soft jazz, and the quiet clink of fine crystal created a world of refined intimacy. I found a secluded seat at the far end of the bar and ordered a cocktail specially crafted to embody the night's magic, a delicate blend of citrus, spice, and a touch of mystery. As I sipped, my eyes scanned the room until, almost as if emerging from the shadows, a man appeared. His name was Gabriel. Dressed in a tailored suit, his presence was at once commanding and tender, and his eyes held a gentle intensity that made my heart flutter. In his calm, measured greeting, "Good evening, I'm Gabriel," I sensed a connection that transcended the physical. We spoke softly, our conversation a careful dance of vulnerability and shared dreams. He recounted his own escape from a life of restraint, a series of clandestine adventures that had awakened his soul, and as he spoke, I felt the walls around my heart begin to crumble. Every whispered word, every lingering glance between us, was a revelation, a silent acknowledgement that we were both seekers of something beyond the safe confines of our pasts. In those precious moments, I realized that the secret escapes detailed in that hidden text thread were not isolated events, but chapters in an unfolding saga, a saga that was reshaping my understanding of life itself. I felt the thrill of forbidden luxury, the taste of decadence, and the bittersweet promise of passion all mingling in one extraordinary night. As midnight approached and the soft strains of jazz mingled with the quiet murmur of farewells, Gabriel offered a tender goodbye, his hand lingering near mine as if reluctant to let the connection dissolve. "Until we meet again," he murmured, a promise that echoed in the depths of my heart. I returned to my suite in a daze of reflection, each step a reminder of the transformative power of embracing the unknown. Back in the privacy of my room, I sat by the floor-to-ceiling window, the city below a glittering mosaic of hidden dreams and whispered promises. I opened my journal and began to write feverishly, my pen capturing every detail of the night, the opulent escape to Villa Aurora, the decadent dinner at l'Étoile de Minute, the intimate conversation with Gabriel at the hotel bar, and with each word, I felt myself shedding the constraints of my former self. Over the following days, the memory of that night wove itself into the fabric of my everyday life. What had once been ordinary moments, the quiet clatter of my keyboard at work, the familiar hum of my commute, became imbued with a subtle magic. I found myself glancing at my phone with an expectant thrill, wondering if another secret invitation would soon appear, ready to lead me further into the realm of the extraordinary. My colleagues noticed a quiet change in me, a spark in my eyes and a gentle, confident smile that spoke of inner transformation. I realized that I had become a connoisseur of life's hidden luxuries, a seeker of those secret escapes that revealed the vibrant, unfiltered essence of existence. That initial digital receipt had been the catalyst, a seemingly inconspicuous piece of data that had unraveled the tapestry of my predictable life and replaced it with threads of passion, mystery, and daring adventure. Every secret reservation, every whispered text message, was a stepping stone toward a life that I now embraced with an open heart and an unyielding determination to live authentically. Now, as I sit by my window watching the city stir awake beneath a sky painted with the soft hues of dawn, I know that the journey is far from over. The hidden text thread that first detailed secret weekend escapes and decadent dinner dates has become the key to unlocking an entirely new chapter of my life, a chapter where every clandestine encounter is a chance to rediscover who I truly am, and every unexpected invitation is a call to live boldly. I resolve to carry the lessons of that magical night with me always, to remain ever watchful for the subtle signs that hint at hidden worlds, to cherish every secret rendezvous as a celebration of life's infinite possibilities, and to embrace every moment of vulnerability as a pathway to genuine connection. With each passing day, I am learning that the extraordinary is not reserved for the select few, but is woven into the very fabric of our existence, waiting patiently for those brave enough to seek it. As the morning unfolds and I prepare to step out into a world transformed by hidden wonders, I close my journal with a sense of profound gratitude. My heart beats with a new rhythm, a rhythm that honors every secret escape, every intimate dinner, and every tender moment shared with a forbidden admirer who has shown me that life, in all its unpredictable beauty, is meant to be lived fearlessly. I know that this is only the beginning, that there are countless more secret invitations waiting to be discovered, each one a portal to a future filled with passion, authenticity, and endless adventure. With the promise of hidden realms dancing in my mind and the memory of that extraordinary night guiding me, I step forward into the day, confident that I will continue to seek out the beauty and mystery that lie just beneath the surface of the everyday. For now, I embrace the journey, ready to live each moment with an open heart and a soul alight with possibility.